and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the North Carolina Tar Heels, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So North Carolina's offense will go on the attack first. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side? They have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, Dave, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box. They can take it outside. They can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Might as well give it to him again. Turning it on. Gets it past the marker. And there. Lots of. He gets it to the 39-yard line.
Nice as it offense, when you can generate explosive plays by running the football, you got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
It'll be a draw. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
Great job on the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Caught over the middle. It's Boone. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I know everyone's yelling like, you didn't get the first down, we need more yards. But if you think about it, nice short completion, sets up a 3rd down. And guess what? Nowadays, 4th down, green light. We're going to go for it anyways.
They'll run play action. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Really nice 3rd down sub defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, now forcing the incompletion, setting up for it.
Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. The Longhorns offense will go to work for the first time. We've had our eye on this this guy for most of the season, and what a weapon he is. He is making a charge for the Heisman Trophy. And, David, I don't really think many would argue with it.
No, because it's been crazy. He's been the focal point of this offense, and he continues to deliver week after week. He's a superstar, putting up big numbers, carrying his team on his back. Jesse, that's a tough spot to do that for a whole year because of the physical pounding. It's been tremendous so far.
Yeah, can he keep it up is the question. And I think when I think back to the first half of this college football season, I think...
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
They tried to go play action, but that did not affect the defensive tackle. He was bull rushing his guy, collapsing the pocket. He comes away with a sack.
The Longhorns come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. To the ground to try to move the chains. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Long way to go for this offense. 1st and 10 from their own 12. Looking to throw on 1st down. Hauls it in. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a 1st down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Makes the catch. And he's down after the short completion. He did not make it to the 1st down marker. And the Longhorns can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. Trying to set up the screen. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective. The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. He'll get rid of it. He's open on the right. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling. From the 30-yard. On 1st down. Wants to throw again. Still looking on the move. He'll get down to the 22 before going out of bounds.
Man, this defense has their hands full today because not only do they have to worry about the running backs and not only do they have to worry about the passing game, they've got to worry about this quarterback running the football because of plays like that. Not a huge explosive play, but he showed you the athleticism. He showed you he has the ability to hurt you with his legs.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the 1st down, new set of downs, let's go.
From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Fires to the wideout. Looking to get it in. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
It's really hard when you get in those predictable situations. Defenses are sitting on the sticks. Receivers have to understand where that 1st down marker is. Heads up play, nose for the 1st down marker. Get in there and get it.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to...
Now we'll hang on here. The coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive... can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarter.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Texas!
Love the quick decision-making by the quarterback. It's not just who's the open guy and who am I throwing it to. It's also having that clock, David, in your head that says, if no one's open and I'm down near the red zone, I'm taking off now, and I'm using my athleticism, and I'm getting a score.
Yeah, you love the decision-making. I hate the defense. Why are we dropping back so far in the end zone? We got to keep eyes on this QB. We know he can take off. We know he can make plays. The field shrinks, man. You got to expect that's coming. Not very good defense.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. They're working that left side. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10.
Nice job by the quarterback and receiver working the curl route. Receiver got his depth, and he fought back to the football, helping make that completion a whole lot easier.
Pressure coming. Crosses the 45. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. And the Tar Heels now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. Quickly complete. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he's going to lose yardage. He was looking everywhere for just a little grass and a little air, and none to be found. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. The Tar Heels will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Catches it cleanly at the 20. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Texas offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball.
He's forced out of bounds well behind the line of scrimmage, and the defense will take it as a sack. The Longhorns have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's second and a mile. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman caliber quarterback, and the best way to affect him is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced the incompletion.
He makes the catch, and that's not going to be a first down. He stopped just millimeters away from moving the chains. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you have a prominent jawline and an urgent resolve. They'll go for it.
I think that's a big advantage of having a tiny quarterback, right? Is he can find little creases to wedge his body into to pick up short yardage plays like that on the QB sneak on fourth down.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Got his man on the right.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
On third and short, they'll go to the power running game. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up fourth down.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best.
It's picked off. The Heisman contender turns it over.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Catch in the middle. It's Poe. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. From the gun, wants to pass. Blasted as he lets it go. A strike downfield. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got to be able to score points on this drive.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Leaves it with the back. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short. Third down, red zone play, crowd alive. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. They just needed a few inches, and the defense knocked them down in the backfield. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Nestled just inside that right upright. That'll bring him to within 4. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Oklahoma was relentless today in a road win that frankly wasn't even as close as the final score indicates. This was a vintage Sooners performance, one that really should instill confidence within this program. An SEC clash and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. It's complete to the left. Get it down to the 28-yard line. It is a first down, and they have to show some urgency here. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Quarterback on the move, still looking. The short hands, it's Prince. And the defense drags him down. And the Longhorns want to crank the tempo. Wants to fire on 2nd down. The little soft flip pass falls incomplete.
Pressure affects quarterbacks. This guy's one of the best in the nation. I don't care how talented you are, but if you're being hit, you're not going to throw completions.
Makes the grab. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The offense will quickly use a timeout. The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Shakes off the defender. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
This guy's getting himself into a rhythm here early. You just saw a beautiful throw on the previous play, and now he's showing off the speed, and you can't blame him, honestly.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. It's caught. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. And the Tar Heels will kick it off to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Looking to the big tight end. Wide open downfield. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. How aggressive will they get on 1st and 10? Looking downfield on 1st down. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
And the Longhorns are on the move. Wants to throw on 1st down. Floats it out in space. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to... close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you know, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
And it's going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
And those 4th down stops are so huge for momentum to turn the ball back to your offense. Great pass defense, seeing the ball, breaking on it, swatting it down so the receiver couldn't make a play.
Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. The Tar Heels trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play.
Those play-action passes take a little bit longer to develop, right? Because you still have the fake, and then the quarterback turns his back to the defense, has to reset. You got to protect him a little bit better than that, or the fake's got to be a lot better.
Well, as soon as he got outside the pocket, the defense smelled blood in the water. Everybody started pursuing it. How about the big hit on the QB outside the pocket? At that point, he's a runner. He's not getting protected anymore. Nice job. He felt that one.
And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
This is a situation here in the 3rd quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Motion from the wide receiver. They'll start this drive going to the air. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that. All game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much. It'll be 3rd and long. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The Longhorns will try to pin them back with the punt. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Power football with the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete. They couldn't connect on 2nd down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. Intercepted. Guess even a Heisman Trophy contender can have a miscue. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard. Breaks into the open. The 30. At the 20. Touchdown Longhorns! And that one will put them up here in the 2nd half.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the 2nd level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
up to tack one more onto that lead. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Week to week, it's so tough to figure the ACC, which is why this one is notable. Florida has the lead right now, but those Gator Chomps haven't come easy. They're in a tight one right now in Gainesville. They're up by 4 over Boston College. Any big changes in this ACC clash? We've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. They're going to run into the right. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Boards up and ready to hook him. Serious noise on third down in DKR. From the gun, wants to pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Tar Heels line up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Fair catch is called for in the midst of all this rain. Concentrate on one thing. Make the catch. They'll start this drive from the 42. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Got the first down and still on his feet. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
Well, we're not quite in the 4th quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Catch in the middle. It's Prince. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They've got a ways to go on 3rd down from the 24 as this defense tries to force them into a field goal try. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. That gives them now a 7-point lead here in the final period. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Rushes on him. The sure hands, it's Boone. He'll get a fresh set of downs stopped at the 31-yard line. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil. Guys, see if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things in this game, David, to put themselves in position to win, but this is the critical moment where your execution has got to be at its best.
And sometimes you start thinking now, and you start letting that clock tick, and you stop kind of playing carefree. Keep doing what you've done all day long to build the lead, finish this thing out, pull off the big upset.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
And he's wrestled to the ground.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
From the gun on third down. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. Trailing by a touchdown, getting late in the fourth, and this is a huge, perhaps a defining moment in this game. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. Got room on the return. At the 20. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business.
And that is a back-breaker. It's for... Listen, you got to throw the football. You got to try to make a play. But the defense came up big in a big moment.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. And you'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Texans! This team just knows how to finish. They keep getting better and better and better, and they are close to going 9-0.
You know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. His drive will open from the 15. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy at second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, he'll throw it. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Boone. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Got to get to the line quickly for this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. So after hitting bankrupt, spinning that wheel of fortune, now this offense can tack a little more onto the lead. They have it first and goal. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He steps and powers and works his way, and they finally get him down at the 2. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. 4th and goal from the 3. Let's see what this offense can dial up from here. They'll go to the air. Touchdown, Longhorns! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. Kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Texas. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16.
We'll take over 1st and 10.
To the air on 1st down. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And the pass is dropped and incomplete, and that's going to do it. Clock has struck 0, and the ball game is over. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do.